Bron James' son, and currently he's having a lot of. He's off to a slow start. I don't know if it's because he's a little rusty, he's a little nervous, or so forth. But things are not necessarily going as planned. He's had three summer games, and he has not been performing well. I believe he was saying he had 12 3-pointers. He didn't make any of those 3-pointers. And out of 3 games, he only made like 15 points. And, it kind of makes me wonder what a lot of the team owners and stuff are kind of thinking. So they already gave out this huge contract. He's not really, performing like they would like him to perform. But so Mike, what do you think about his performance? Where do you think this is kind of headed?
Well, no, I was just going to ask you, can you please explain how this happened? So this is Bronny James.
Yes.
Your dad is the number one NBA player. You're not as good as him, but bro, like you can't make no 3-pointers. Like,
nah, I agree. It's
you have 24/7 access. Like, Dad, can you give me some tips? Like,
and I agree. I agree.
What's really going on?
Like you said, I agree with you. It just kind of like boggles the mind because it's kind of like you literally have one of the best coaches anyone can ever have, one of the best basketball players of all time. He's your dad. Right. He can teach you the game. He can teach you the secrets. He can teach you how to, how to dribble, how to shoot, how to go to the hole, like everything. It just, I don't know. Like it's almost like maybe.
Is he nervous? Is he?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that's the only thing I could think of. Well, the only one thing they did say, which I have found out recently, is that his son is only 6'2". I believe LeBron is like close to like 6'8" or so forth, but he's kind of pretty huge. Versus his son is like. Suppose they say he's strong in spite of his size and so forth, but
does height necessarily dictate how good you are at making 3-pointers? Like,
no, actually, you're right. You're correct because Stephen Curry is not that tall, and he's one of the greatest shooters of all time.
5'2", 6 foot. I mean,
that's true. You're correct.
It's still at the end of the. What's his name? Was it Shaq? It wasn't Shaq known for missing his free throws.
No, you correct. You correct.
And he's like 7 foot tall.
No, you correct. You correct.
So I don't understand what's going on with Bronny. So I did hear that he's so bad that they actually may not let him play in the actual league this fall. He may be playing in the G League.
Gotcha. Wow. That's gonna be
but the good thing is he still gets to keep his $8 million deal. So
no, I agree. You made your money. What's better than that? What's better than that? And like you said, they'll probably eventually let him play 1 or 2 games here and there, so you can still have the title of I played professionally for the Lakers and so forth.
But LeBron wanted to play with his son, like him staying a few extra years is he actually wanted to play with his son, but he's not going to be able to play with his son unless he goes to the G League.
I agree.
Like, what my question is, what can LeBron do to like get Bronny in shape? Is it too late? Like, is he just?
It's just I don't know. It's almost one of those things where like, it's almost like, because there's a lot of good talent in the NBA. Like it's like you really got to go hard or go home. And the problem is, I to some degree I think that. When you grow up and your father is like a professional player, it's kind of like you already feel like I'm going to make it to the NBA no matter what. My father's there. Right. I just feel like for that reason, you don't get it out of the mud as easy. It's kind of like a trust fund baby versus somebody who's got to build business on their own. It's like
I didn't even think about it like that.
Hustle is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different, So
you're right.
He just going against some people that like had to really get it out of the mud. And they just really,
So you think he's got a little comfortable and he hasn't worked as hard as his dad?
Yeah, I agree. I like. Put it this way, it's kind of like for him. I understand he's worked hard. It's kind of like just like you said, like a trust fund baby. They probably think they work really, really hard to build their business, and to some degree, you did, but
you also got that $5 million capital.
Exactly. So you did put in work, but it's not the same type of work. It's not the same type of hustle.
Interesting.
So.
I didn't think about that. So you think
Yeah.
Bronny, at the end of the day, you know, he may have not have been staying up to midnight, you know, outside
Exactly.
trying to
Exactly.
make those
Exactly. Because the other
3-pointers.
people, they feel like some people from, especially those that came from the hood to make the NBA, they probably feel like, if I don't make this, I'm not gonna have a life, you know. So I got to be out there shooting 10,000 shots per day. Versus, you know, Brian is probably like, if anything else, I might be on the bench, but I'll make it. My dad knows so and so, he'll help me out.
I'm gonna get on the team anyway. I mean, you
Yeah.
make a good point. So I believe he was the 55th pick this year.
Yeah.
He got an $8 million deal. The 55th pick from last year, I believe their deal was only $500K. So huge difference. And the one factor is one of them had the #1 NBA player.
Yeah. So that shows you that even you would think like that kind of, like, for example, people get into like colleges, they're following the colleges, so the college will kind of let their sons in and so forth. So that shows you that even in things such as sports and entertainment, they still have that kind of forgot the name for it, but it's like
wait, the nepotism?
Yeah, exactly. Nepotism. Yeah.
So no, I see a few people on, you know, right in the comments. What do you guys think is going on? Do you think Bronny deserves the spot? You know, do you think he's going to end up going to the G League later this year? It's just crazy. But he did. But now he didn't do totally bad. And I don't know if you heard. So today he actually got top prize in the Call of Duty tournament that the summer game league players are doing. So I guess that's the one good thing that he's good at, is playing video games all day.
Okay, that's how I was wondering. I was like, oh my goodness.
And it's for a whopping $10,000 prize. So again, can you donate that to charity, man? Because again, you got 8 million coming.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need that.
So again, I think this goes to your what you were saying. You're too busy playing video games, you know.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm very happy, bro, that you are an expert at Call of Duty.
Yes.
But let's practice on those 3-pointers.
Exactly. Okay? Exactly. That's becoming the next superstar. The next let's make our father proud. We'll put it that way.
I want you to play at least 3 games with Daddy this fall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was actually trying to look up the prices for the G League, because you know, if he ends up coming to the East Coast, I would
go see a game. Yeah,
I would go to check him out. Like, how much are those games? Like, what, $10, $20?
Yes, I think I'm not exactly sure. I've never been to one of the G League games, but I sure, like you said, it's probably, because it kind of reminds me of how they have like I would think it's probably a little bit cheaper, maybe $15-$20, something like that. But you know, that's something I have to kind of look up. But
I guess the new ranking now is like G League, then the WNBA, then NBA.
Yeah, now you're right. Now, like Caitlin Clark and all that stuff going on, is starting. WNBA is starting to get a little bit more shine now. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to start saving up to go see the WNBA game now.
I have to check out a few of those games as well.